Sipsy Bear. Kane, a shot, a rebound, loose in front. Jake DeBrusk steps through and finds the goal! Happy New Year, Detroit!
Not just an empty net goal, but that one proved to be the game winner. Jake DeBrusk scoring in back-to-back goals as the Bruins win 5-3, the final over the Detroit Red Wings. This is Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Happy New Year. The Boston Bruins ending 2023 on a good note, extending that win streak to 3 games. Guys, I say this a lot. I'm going to let you be the analyst, but I was just thinking about, did we see many games like this last season where the Bruins have pulled together a stretch of coming from behind, defending the lead after giving up 2 goals, really efforting it out and getting these types of wins? Not as much last season.
That was good analysis.
I don't know.
Are you guys can go home.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you are.
She's making us think.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stay. But what do you think about those
I don't know. All I know is I feel like Elton John and the guy from Monopoly.
It was a very, as Brick had said, very gritty effort.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, you only had 22 hours of rest. And we talked in the pregame about the reset that happened at Christmas. And now that's 3 good wins, 2 on the road. A good situation where you've been able to kind of change your game, because going into it, they lost 4 in a row. They were not playing Bruin-like hockey.
No.
And tonight, it was not only was it a big road win with not a lot of rest, it got a little chippy, and they hung in there, and they won some battles. They did the little things you have to do on the road to win.
And I think the chippiness, the anger, really helped them in this game. It really helped keep them engaged.
Especially early, right?
The momentum, the energy, everything, the vibe. And so that was, I think actually you thank Detroit for doing that. You're okay, thanks. But the other thing is, you go back to last year, so different. I mean, so different, and different personnel on the ice in these situations. What I like most about it is middle of the ice protected again. Yes, Detroit scored a power play goal late, but overall the PK was instrumental compared to the previous 2 wins that Detroit had against them and everything. These glasses are falling off. They're awful.
Thank God
I can't
you put those on.
But overall, I mean, listen, I agree with Barry. It was a real, again, they were invested in this. And that's awesome.
I thought like DeBrusk's goal, the second effort for him, the empty net goal along the line, Pasternak winning a battle on the last goal.
Parker Weatherspoon blocking stuff.
Yeah, especially in that last PK was very, or the one before the goal, it was very effective.
Yes, the Charlie Coyle getting number 13, getting his 13th of the season here. This was big after that.
How does it start? One face-off.
Oh, there you go.
They were getting absolutely shellacked in this game in the face-off circle, and then they set their play up. We haven't seen this play much compared to other ones, so they added this to the playbook, so to speak, Barry. This was absolutely, this was harmonious, orchestral, the way that they were, and Charlie McAvoy starts it with great acceleration.
Yeah, and Marchand, of course, comes in and helps out too. Billy's not sure if you're going to win the face-off. We've been having trouble, so let's get the wingers to come right in there. He does a great job of allowing McAvoy, as you said, a set play. Come on, both guys come down to me. That means the slot's wide open. McAvoy's legs were good today.
They were, despite the unknown of how that leg or knee, whatever, was dinged up late last night.
He was moving.
He sure did.
Yep.
He sure did. Great goal, huge goal, because after giving up the 2-0 lead, it kind of felt like next goal was going to win. Kind of felt like that, right?
And that long review.
Exactly. And here Charlie Coyle comes down there, and he continues his scoring ways after going through a stretch like the rest of the team where he didn't score much.
Yeah, and don't forget, too, on that delay of the game where they tied it on the goal that we just, we didn't agree with them on, let's say. They had to go out and kill another penalty right after that. You're shorthanded because of that. Now, all of a sudden, if you go down 3-2, that was a real pivotal part that you're able to kill that off and not allow the momentum to get too one-sided on you.
Well, let's hear what Charlie Coyle's thoughts were on this team when he spoke with Adam Pellerin.
Charlie, a lot to like with this one, but let's start with the message after the second period when the Red Wings came back and tied it. What was the conversation like in the room?
Well, they're a good team. We're on a back-to-back. They're, of course, going to make a push, and we expect to be a tough game. They play us tough every time we play them, especially in this building. There's no panic. 2-2, tied game on the road, head into the third period. We'll take that any day, and it's not hard to muster up some energy and get the job done. And everyone played a part. Everyone focus on the details, the little things, and it pays off when we do things like that, and we're successful because of it.
A hard-fought game. Things didn't go your way in the face-off circle, but you're able to win the face-off and then score. What was the go-ahead goal at the time? Take us through that.
Yeah, win one, draw, score a goal. I should have done that more often, but that's an area I got to be better at. So we play with the puck a little more. But it just, we have a set play going in that we try to stick to if things go according to plan. And Chucky comes down with it. There's some good picks, I think, by Marshy and JD that are kind of subtle. And I don't think JD gets a point on it, and those subtle picks and movement and what he does on that doesn't find the score sheet, but it's so big, and we don't score if it's not for those little things that the average person doesn't see. And that's what JD's been bringing, and it's so huge for us, and we're just happy to capitalize on that. But it was a great play by everyone around.
And finally, what does it say about this group? You had the losing streak, and then you come back from break, you win the 3 straight, and then you win this one on the second of a back-to-back.
Well, it's huge. It's you go into, there's a couple little breaks during the season. Christmas is one of them, and things weren't going according to plan heading into that. But we reset. We have a few days to spend time with your families and get away from hockey for a bit and refresh the mind. Come back hungry and ready to work again. We had a couple of great practices, some of our best practices that we've had all season, and it doesn't fully translate, but we picked it up from there and executed what we did in practice and things we've gone over, and it's helped us tremendously in games. And they say you play the way you practice, so we'll keep that recipe, and I think it's going to keep happening for us.
And Charlie, congrats on the win, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Thank you.
Okay, Barry, you mentioned that penalty kill for delay of game for that challenge was very big, but 1 power play goal on 8 power plays for the Detroit Red Wings. That one at the end there that they scored, but otherwise the penalty kill was very good.
Yeah, I think it was 1 for 6, I believe.
6, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, it was. And this was they got the late power play goal, which obviously they're hanging on. But to me, the key was, as I had said, that second period where they didn't allow, and also in the first period, Billy, when they were down a couple, early. You're on the road. It's one of those situations you're trying to find your game. The power play, or the penalty killing did a great job, and it has been struggling of late. So this was a really good effort for them to come up at a time when they really needed them.
Yeah, let's not forget the previous 2 wins by the Red Wings. They had 2 power play goals in each of those games.
Yeah.
So, the Bruins, and they exposed the Bruins in the middle of the ice, and the Bruins were much better here, middle of the ice. Yeah, they got a couple of saves, but overall, I really like the way that they were able to control middle ice more. They didn't allow tons of point-blank chances from there. And Parker Witherspoon, 507 on the PK, second most in the team, behind Carlo, who had 509.
Well, he's taking Forbert's place.
Well, yeah, he's doing, because he's doing stuff like that. He's getting himself to the front of the net, very willing to block shots. I really like right there, the positioning, the inside positioning, really good. And so instrumental to this game was the Bruins' PK efficiency.
Yeah, if you look at their previous 5 games and then their last 3, which of course have been wins, 12 for 14, penalty kill sitting at 85.7%. To open the scoring, back-to-back goals for him, Trent Frederic got it going for the Boston Bruins early on.
Yeah, he was really involved, not only on the goals and with an assist, but also the body, the physical, the skate. He did a great job here. Pasternak sand wedge, as he takes this to his backhand, and I think the way Lyon played this, Billy, he just kind of thought that he was either going to run out of room, and he kind of lost the angle. But it was a tremendous shot as Lyon kept sliding to his left.
Awesome shot. Yeah. He got everything on this one. Lyon ends up getting hurt. He was able to stay in the game, but love the way that he executed that play. And then right here, he uses his defenseman, Chiarot, the guy that he challenged to a fight literally second after he scored the first goal. He used him as a bit of a screener. We think it may have just ticked off the right skate, but there's McAvoy leaving the puck then for Frederic. Frederic gets by the defender in the neutral zone. Look at the gap that he's got on Chiarot. He's able to use him, whether it ticks his right skate or not, he used him a bit enough of the screen that Lyon, is he thinking that the puck may either go over, pass over to Heinen, or is he just reading too much to that right side? Regardless, it's the second goal of the game for Trent Frederic.
Yeah, the other good thing about it we just talked about too is he had his teammates' backs today. He was in there, every scrum was in there. You could tell he was talking to the other Detroit players that were pushing around.
Yeah, he is our Subaru star of the game. So goals 8-9 for Trent Frederic. Bruins, this is Trent's, second multi-goal game of the season. And if we look at the most multi-goal games for the Bruins in the last 2 seasons, Trent Frederic behind David Pasternak. Well behind him, but still nice to see him second on the list there. 3-point night for him. All right, even with the silly hats on, we're going to get serious in time to discuss this allowed goal after it was challenged for goalie interference.
Well, we kind of, as they announced to us, it was because the study was outside the blue paint, which we didn't necessarily agree with, but I think you've got some added information from the NHL, my friend.
Well, yeah, I mean, the
NHL talked about as well.
Well, yeah, the NHL sends us emails, and we were looking for explanation because, again, it doesn't. The goalie, first of all, has to be protected. Second of all, you can't just have free reign on the goalie no matter what. Now you got to determine is it incidental contact or not. Regardless, now they're saying that angle right there is what they used, Barry. It comes down from the league. They say, quote, after video review, it was determined that the actions of Brandon Carlo contributed to Detroit's Michael Rasmussen making stick contact with Jeremy Swayman's glove outside the crease, and therefore did not constitute goaltender interference.
But that's not what we heard.
No,
Yes.
We didn't hear that at all.
Right.
It's, we heard just that it was contact. Anyways, contact.
Incidental outside the crease, didn't matter,
yeah,
whatever.
So I think it would have helped if the game of telephone, if it went from there to there and it was the right thing, I think it would alleviate. Now, whether you agree with it or not, that last angle, you said it when we were watching. You said that one, maybe you could say that Carlos lifted the stick, but the other angle didn't seem like it at all.
No, I agree, and of course the confusion becomes it took so long.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden when you come out with the announcement and it's completely contradictory to what that is,
right.
That's where it's
That
not
was
right.
poor execution.
We have the announcement, so let's play it for you.
After video review, it was determined that the contact was made outside of the blue, therefore this is not goaltender.
Okay. So you have contact mates outside the blue paint, that's fine. But the context of, again, I'll quote it, it was determined that the actions of Brandon Carlo contributed to Detroit's Michael Rasmussen's stick making contact with Jeremy Swayman's glove outside the crease. Missed an awful lot there.
Yeah, different. Very different there.
But I'm not going to get upset at the official. It's a communication thing.
But again, give the Bruins a lot of credit because that could have gone the other way real quick on you. They tied the game. Yeah. They have a power play opportunity because of the coach's challenge. And then you have to regroup in the second period. They did a great job on the road.
They did. They've showed some mental fortitude the last two games.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we're going to hear from their head coach, Jim Montgomery, who goes one-on-one with Andy Brickley next on his thoughts to this game. And we're going to hear from some of the players right after the break.